This was the acrimony that unfolded after the Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, suspended 25 MPs for misconduct this afternoon during the plenary. The brawl today went a notch higher and left a deep scar on the conscience of the nation. Commenting about what transpired, constitutional law expert Wandera Ogalo says Kadaga acted outside the rules and procedures of Parliament.
If yesterday the Speaker wanted to instill order, she would name the people she wants named, they would be removed yesterday. When you go away, you don't come back and try to use what should have happened yesterday. That's procedurally wrong.
After naming and suspending the 25 MPs, there was defiance that forced Kadaga to have a 30-minute break so that those suspended can leave the chambers. But Wandera Ogalo says it was also a flawed decision.
When she said, guys, I've named you, get out, and they say, we're not going, that is already grave misorder. And my understanding of the rules is that you adjourn the House. You don't suspend the House, that they should be taken out. Grave disorder leads directly to an adjournment. Now that means that you may come back maybe next day or something. Instead of having us to drag the nation through all this kind of embarrassment. With people fighting. This has never happened before. I've never seen it happening in the Parliament of Uganda. So I think there was a failure to apply the rules strictly as they should have been. This was a grave disorder in the House. The rules provide when that happens, Speaker adjourns and just moves out.
Wandera Ogalo, who was a member of the Constituent Assembly, and Makerere University Law lecturer Dr. Ruhweza argued that the Speaker should have sought consensus.
Is she able to bring the leaders together? Is she able to bring her members of Parliament together? Because this is now her house. She has to find a way of controlling it patiently and slowly but surely. What she should not do, in my view, is to try to rush through the process. You remember what happened to the Anti-Homosexuality Act. It was passed without quorum. She insisted on driving it through. It was challenged in the courts of law, and it's no longer law in the country today.
I don't think it was necessary. It could have been handled another way. She could have used the rules of the House to adjourn the House to tomorrow or tomorrow but one. That would not necessitate calling anybody to remove the members. During this time tonight, they would sit in the Parliamentary Commission where there is ruling party, independents, opposition, where they all sit. Look at the problem, resolve it, and by tomorrow go back when you are agreed. But throwing out your members of Parliament, your leaders, as if they are potatoes, if you are going to disrespect them, if you are going to lower them, do not think that you can have respect as a country.
But was it right for members of the opposition to disrupt Parliament proceedings by shouting and singing?
But I would like us to understand the context in which it happened. You are a minority faced with a majority, so therefore you expect that the minority is going to do anything within its power to try and frustrate for as long as possible the passing of this law.
We have always had minorities since 2006, not so. So why is they singing now? You answer me that. How come that the other minorities were not singing? It's because you're not being tolerant to the minority. Because you are strong. You are over 300 members. We will beat them. We will show them we are powerful.
He implored the ruling party MPs who have a majority in the House to listen to the common man's voice.
Democracy is about majority rule, all right? Rule by the people, for the people, and so on. But that does not mean you forget the minority. But
when you think that you are going to deal, you are going to show your strength and thumb your nose at everybody because you have got the majority, then you end up with that chaos. You end up with an embarrassment. BBC, CNN, everywhere showing your Parliament in that mess.
The die has now been cast after Igara West MP Raphael Magezi was granted a leave to bring a private member's bill. It now requires the opposition to be keen on strategy to be able to marshal the support against NRM's numerical strength in the House. Agness Nandutu, NTV Tonight.